Welcome to my channel for you. This video is about a wedding album which I made as a mini album, and we are going to flip through in a quick step, and after that we take time to look after the details. So this book is a multi-cover book, which means you can move it in different directions and you will have different kind of covers and possibilities to show your cover. Here's a pocket, a love letter, you can insert something, put something behind, a key with a photo mat, a waterfall with a sturdy flap, and another waterfall with a special sturdy flap. And the back side is also made like a cover. So we have almost two covers plus a multi-cover. Okay, so let's have a closer look to the details. At the front page, this flower is open. So if you like later to add your own photo, you can just fix it on top of the picture and move it under the flower so it's integrated in your cover. And as you see, you can also decide for another picture. It gives a completely different view. That's one possibility and another example. Then I use some metal ornaments. These are from this set, these ones. And you will find a tutorial about this cover, how to make this multi-cover and how to position the magnets, and also how to add the ornaments. So the complete cover, there's a tutorial. So here you see this is also a possibility for a photo, and on the right side also could look like this, and you could add the names of the couple if you like this, or move it a bit down. So I love that it changed a lot when you only change a detail. This is my favorite, how it could look like when you insert your photos. Then this is just a pocket. It's a pre-made base album. I will show in the tutorial which materials I used. And here is a pocket behind this love letter envelope, and in this pocket I add, just because I like these beautiful pictures, and in the envelope are quite more pictures and little books to insert something. So also here you can add the picture of the couple if you like, and maybe if there's a baby there can be a photo on the other side. Then a photo mat, and this is a stamp, a really big stamp from Graphic 45 I used here, and the back side is like this. And if you insert it, the key comes like this, and on the other side it's plain, so it can be a big photo. The tutorial will also show how to make this flap, because the pre-made book, the magnet is really strong, but the flap is not as strong as the magnet. And this is why I had a special idea how to make this flap very strong. Then this is a little envelope and just a waterfall, and the back side are plain, and this is like this. So the magnet will also hold this envelope. You can add a couple of things because it's so strong. And this is the right side. I love these little roses. Another one. And this is also plain on the back side. And let's have a look on the, it closes like this. First the flap, then this one, and then this one. So, and here are several pockets, one like this. And this is also open. And you can bring a photo under these pieces. And when you open it, then there is space for 3 photos. You can just move them into the frames. These pieces and also these ornaments are from a die set I use all the time. These are 2 die sets. It's this one, this is the frame, and in this set is also this beautiful corner. And this kind of gap I've made with this one. There is an extra tutorial on my channel for you, where I explain how to make this kind of edge frame. Yeah, if you you can stand up the book like this, and then you will see here the pictures, and can add also something here. It looks nice when it stays like a display. First, let's have a look what we are going to use. I'm using for the base of the book a 3-fold waterfall folio album. So we are not going to make the base by our own. This is ready. So I'll show you how it looks like. It opens like this, and here's a pocket. Here's also a pocket. And then you have 2 big waterfalls. And here's a plain page, and the back side's also plain, of course. And we are going to make from this a multi-cover book. Then the paper pad 8x8 from Monaten from Graphic 45, and the paper pad 12x12. For the cover, I'm using metal corners, this one, this one, this one, and this one. So 4 pieces with these ornaments. These I like very much. And additional, you need an ivory cardstock. If you like to do the multi-cover, as I did, then you need a rectangle like this, which has the same height like your picture. The width doesn't matter, only the height must be the same as the picture. And the height can be taller than the picture, but it should not be smaller. I just fussy cut this picture from the paper pad 12x12. And this is how I made the design paper. 4 pieces. And this is the cardstock base. And we start with this one. You need a piece of cardstock with 8 3/4 by 8 1/4. I just prepared a piece of brown cardstock because it's easier to see for you than my white cardstock. Then you start with the long side and we score 1/2 inch. Then turn around, so I mean rotate, not turn around, I just mean rotate. Again 1/2 inch. I also rotate the template, so I hope it's easier than for you. Then we have other score lines. We have 3/4, 7/8, and 1. These score lines have to be really strong. Then rotate again, and here we need also 1/2 inch. And then we can rotate again and start with the little score lines. They are a little different because they are in the first step just to mark a position, which means on 4 inch you make just a little mark like this. But here we need the same on 4 inch, and because it's I don't want to score here and it's difficult to find the right line, I'm going to turn around the paper and make my little score line also at 4 inch. Now I bring back the paper in the final position, and then we are going to make another mark on 6.5. So here we don't score, just go along, and now in the middle you make a little mark like this. So 6.5, just go along, feel the line, but don't score, and then make a little marking for the position. We need this to cut out the rectangle or a part of the rectangle. So what is left? This 1 3/8, and for this we turn around the paper. We rotate the paper, and now we are in this position, and we have this marking on 4, you remember, but now we want to have 1 3/8, so here we don't mark, just go along, and here. What helps, I'm doing usually like this because then it's even easier. I put a ruler, and you see here I made a mistake, so it's really better to use the ruler. Then start here, don't score, now score. This is the right line. Then rotate and rotate again, and the same thing. It's 1 3/8. We have our ruler, don't score, score. So now that's it. Just we have to cut out a part of this rectangle, and because we have these positions, it's very easy now. You just bring your rectangle in the position. Here is the score line, so it ends here. Above is the score line. This was the wrong one. Here's the right score line, and here also. And then just use a little tape, removable tape. We can bring this to the die cutting machine. Make sure that your paper is in the right position. I show you with this template. Your paper has to be in a measure like this. So the 3 score lines have to be here. If this is done, take your acrylic plate and just position it like this, so that the end of your acrylic plate comes to this score line and this score line. This is what we want. So here's the score line and here. And then just make sure that it doesn't move when you bring it to the machine. We can remove this, and you see we cut only this part. Now we bring it back in the right direction, because it has to be like this. Now we make the score lines again. This was our 4, and just bring them until this cutting line, and here also, because this will be the piece which moves like this or like this, and this is back. So sometimes the paper stretches when you bring it to the die cutting machine, and then here it looks like this paper is too big. Now if this happens, you can cut a very tiny little piece. This is what I cut off, and then you see there is a very tiny gap, and this makes it more easier in moving. Next step is we cut the edges like this. I do it again. We cut little piece like this, and also on this side bring it back to the right position. And now you just glue this one, this one, this one, this one, and this one to the back side. This gives us beautiful edges and avoid that the paper is curving, and also makes it more sturdy for the cover. So when it is glued, then it looks like this. So just like that. Now we want to have this here, which means we have 2 score lines which are above, and the middle score line goes down. So we had these 3 score lines, and there the middle score line I'm going to crease really strong. And then the next score line we fold like this. And then we have only left the first score line, and this we fold also back like this. And why we are doing this? So I'm just going to finish it to make it nice. So this is why it looks like this then. This is why we have these metal corners here and also here. And if we turn this around the cover, then the metal corner will come, the position of the metal corner will be here. So you need some space in height, and this can stretch space, give more, can have less room or more room. And yeah, that's it. Okay, if this is done, we can start decorating, but I did something additional. I used multi-matte medium and go with this multi-matte medium along this score line, and this one on both sides. Because if you use it a lot, then you make sure that you will have no trouble with this cover. This makes it absolutely sturdy. You can move it a lot of times. So, okay. Then I like to go on with my original, because we have to position the magnets now, and we have to make the holes, to position the holes for the metal ornaments. So where to position the two holes for the metal ornaments? The only thing that is really important is that your metal piece doesn't come completely to the edge like this, because then you will have trouble with this first brad, with this one, because the brad you have to open the feet, and when the feet are open you can't put the design paper on the back side because there's no space to glue. This is why I leave a little gap here and here, and then I just mark these two holes and poke the hole inside like that. And this you do on all four edges. Let's talk about the magnets. The really important thing is with this folio book that the magnet, the first magnet, is this one. And here you are not flexible to position it anywhere you like. It has to be here because there is a magnet inside. And now you can do like this. So the glue side is above now, and then you have your fold line here, and now you bring it in the position like it should be when it's ready. So just make sure that it is straight, so it has a surrounding like that, and then just press, and now this magnet has the perfect position. So now we can do the other magnets as we like. We need 3 magnets on this flap. This is the inside, and 1 magnet will be here. Then we have 1 here. Just make sure not to come too close to these edges, because then it's always so difficult to add the design paper. So, and the other one round about here. So we have 4 magnets in the inside, and now we can turn it around to the front side. And the next magnets clip here, because this one is on the other side. There is still a magnet, so we have to use this position. We need 1 more, and we do like this. close the page, and we have this magnet here. Turn it around, and now grab another one, and this will be the right position for this one. Take off the paper to glue it down. And now it's ready prepared for our design paper. And it looks like this from the inside. It looks like this from the inside. And it looks like this from the top side. Now just glue your decoration elements like this. And then your picture will be glued on the top of this one. So the front design is ready now, and we can turn it around and decorate the back side. I'm going to do like this one, and then I just cut out the whole rectangle, and this will be here. So to add your personal picture. So, and now I had made a little mistake. I glued first the inside decoration and forget to hide the breads under the design paper. So therefore now I have on all four edges 2 feet of breads. This is always a good chance to come up with a new idea. And I found in my stash a little die. This is made for corners. And I'm using this for the first time. And I'm going to cover my bread feet now with this little corner pieces, and I like this very much. Gives a complete new view. What do you think? So now it's time to fix our multi-cover on the folio book and to go the next step with the magnets. I prepared this flap with 2 double-sided tapes, and if we open this now, or this is the back side, then I bring the magnets in the right position like this. Then I peel this off. And then turn it around. Now this magnet before we bring in the right position, and this one is the most important now. So I start by holding it not straight, a little bit like that, and then my magnet will find the right position here, and this is the point. I check that this is straight, and this is the point I fix. And then I just check on the top and the bottom, and then I press all down. So nothing is glued now, it's just to find the perfect position for all our magnets. Then take it off, and your magnets are perfect positioned. Now it should be quite easy to glue the flap down. Now let's do it. Before, don't forget to press the middle line inside, because this is the concept of this multi-cover with the big metal pieces. So then peel it off, and I add a little liquid glue, because on the one hand I want the double-sided tape to help me to fix it, but I want to have a chance to wiggle it a little bit in the right direction if needed. So the magnets find the position, and now just press down the flap with the glue, and then carefully open it because it's not dry yet, and just go over it, and then let this dry, and you can prepare now the inside decoration here. For this I cut a piece of paper from the 8x8 paper pad with 7 1/4 and by 7, and this one I will glue now like this, by making sure, in this case I don't want to overlap or to come out of of the top cover. So I mean, in this case I don't want to have the paper like that, I want to have it like this. So it fits perfect, I see, and now I just glue it here. This is my guideline. After this I have also prepared a rectangle. This rectangle is a little bit bigger than the left one, and I will position this, just glue this on the top of this one. I'm going to show you now how you make this really sturdy flap. And there is a magnet inside which is really strong, but the flap, when the folio book comes, is a normal piece of cardstock, and this very strong magnet this paper is a little bit weak. So how we can solve it to make this strong that you can use it a lot of times without damaging your flap? And this is what I'm going to show you now. And you cut a piece of design paper with 3 1/4 by 4 3/4, and then you score half and 1 3/4. So I write this here. And after that you poke a hole if you like to decorate with bread, as I did. So I've used these beautiful breads from Graphic 45. It's a set with 2 different breads. This is this one, and the other one I'm going to use now is this one. But never mind, you can use every bread you have, or you can do it also without bread. But I thought it's nice to grip on it, so it's also like a how to say, a handle. So you can grip on it and then move it easily. Okay, so now I cut my design paper as I show here and scored it, and after that I rounded these 2 edges, and then it comes out like this. Now we fold this over our flap like this, the middle piece, and then we have here, I poke a hole also, and through this design paper piece and the flap piece I add the bread, only through these 2 pieces. Looks like this, and then I fix the bread. This makes sure you have the perfect position. And even the bread is quite big, it doesn't matter because the magnet is bigger. So you will have no problem with this metal piece. Then, next step, we are going to close this like this and glue this together. And if you don't want to have a hole here, of course you can let this closed and then just don't poke the hole through the whole paper. But I'm going to do like this. Good. Now add the glue, and it's good to have 3 paper clips like this one. Makes it a bit easier. It's also possible without, but I will use this now. Then we add our glue here. And let me think. You can also add glue under this. It's not really necessary, but I'm going to do it. So, and here. Then we need glue here. Now you close this one first, like this. Don't worry, it won't. You won't press it down here. Just like that. Here, this has to be flat, and this piece. And then we close it like this, and you bring these pieces together and like this. This is why it's useful, because here is the bulky piece, and between this bulky piece and the edge is a little gap, and this gap I want to glue, and the paper clips make it easier. So now let this dry, but I'm not going to wait for it. I just turn it around and bring the glue here. A little bit like this. So yeah, that's it. Now just make sure that it's that the glue is holding everything together, and wait until it's dry, and then you have your very sturdy and perfect flap as this one.